Rose, psychic, investigator. Amoroso, psychic, investigator. Rose, psychic, investigator. Rose, psychic, investigator. Rose, psychic, investigator. Rose, psychic, investigator. Okay, guys, there's so many questions about impeachment. Okay, let's go to the Trump is now a Florida resident. It's a very interesting question. I think is gonna. Oh, interesting. Okay, so why did Trump say that he signed the thing saying that he's now a Florida resident? Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. So first of all, he feels that what? So there's some sort of transaction, right? He feels that oh, that's right. Duh. I'm like, hello. It makes guys, after visions, it makes so much sense, but not. It's like, so it's saying here, hello. If Cyrus Vance gets a hold of his tax returns, he's gonna get the other. He know there is some sort of transaction that's happened this past year. He doesn't want them to know. No, he's thinking of his file taxes right next year. So if he doesn't pay state taxes for some reason, I feel like he's not gonna, because it's federal taxes is harder. But if they get state taxes for some reason, he's at risk of them getting financial information. Yeah. So it's not just it's not just that he is saving money for sure, and that's one of the reasons. But the second reason is about revealing his money. Why? But why this year? Why is he worried about this year? Because it's a significant tax cut, and because if it could be revealed, he's afraid that Cyrus Vance, he could get the tax stuff. You know what I mean? Right away. Okay, so exactly, that's it. He thinks changing exactly won't be revealed exactly. He won't be revealed in New York, and I feel, guys, you know what I'm seeing here? I see MBS. And I feel like he's already bought some businesses. There's something about MBS in him, and of course Jared, but something about Saudi Arabia, something here in the taxes of this year. Oh, guys, you see his children going on now television. Oh my God, can you believe Hunter Biden? I mean, he's like, I wish, and I was like, wow, what does it take for someone to do that? To lie so much like that. So anyway, so it's like, because he thinks that he can defend the stuff he did before he was a president on his mind, his crazy mind. So he think, oh, but I did that. Well, I was not okay. I was not president. Whatever. So, but if you see what he's done while he's president, it's a problemos. Yeah, problemos. So, oh, guys, you know what's telling me? I don't know if it's true. It's kind of strange. Do you remember this? How Trump, when he went, okay, guys, this is very important. Okay, so, oh my God, and it's unreal. Okay, instead of like being like after Hillary or whatever, people are not putting this on the front of the newspaper every day. So, do you remember how he went into office owing Deutsche Bank $300 million? Do you remember this, right? Oh, interesting. So he was owing $300 million to Deutsche Bank. And what I see now is that I see very clearly here the MBS's face. So someone, obviously it's not his name, but somebody acting as an agent of the Saudi government may have bought he's like paid off his debt for him, or bought, you know what I mean? Transferred the ownership. He paid off his debts basically. And I don't know how it's going to show in the tax returns, but it looks like it could. Why is it, how the hell is it going to, how is that going to show in the tax returns? Because the debt disappears from one year to the other. It's not there anymore. But how? Okay, so how? Oh, he has to sell. Oh my God, guys, the hotel. Oh my God, interesting. He has to sell something because there has to be a financial transaction. So if you have the, let's say I have like $1 million debt, let's say, right? So the next year, it's gone. The debt is gone. Okay. How am I gonna? What happened, right? Where? And it doesn't show that I made more money or less money. It's the money's the same, but somehow the debt is gone. How do you justify that? You have to have some sort of something has to come out of your account in order to pay for it. So what he does is that he sells some property or something to the Saudis, and the Saudis then advance the money to him. And he, you know what I mean? It's something along those lines, that there's some sort of property exchange, exactly the amount of the debt. But I don't know that I feel like it's actually not a legit thing. It's just an excuse that they created to pay off his debt for him. Okay. So that's right. The DC hotel, guys. This is it. That's what I'm thinking. The DC hotel, Qatar, right? Or something like that. That's it. He will be revealed. He's liable where the taxes were filed. But still, there's something here, guys. Look, as I was saying, it's not, there's something here where he feels like, because, for Trump, everything's about buying time. So he feels that if it's not in New York State, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like he could fight it until after the 2020 election. It's all about he's like, he has a very short-term thinking, in general, but with this situation especially, I need to buy time. I need to buy 5 months here. I buy a year. If he never thinks long-term, he's like, which sometimes it can be a smart thing, but in his case, he committed so many crimes. At some point, it's difficult. Oh yeah, right? But it makes sense, right? It makes sense. So okay. So let me, guys, do you mind if I do cards just quickly, just to double check? So tell me. So okay. So then. So okay. So that's the reason, I understand. But what happens after he files? He's going to file taxes, right? So what happens anyway? Does he get what he wants out of the tax situation? What happens? So he files, okay, I'm very smart. He's like, because guys, he's a tax dodger his whole life. He hasn't paid taxes. Oh, and did you see, guys, this is important. Did you see the reaction of the New York governor? Did you see it? He said, good riddance. It's not like he pays New York taxes anyway. That's what he said. He said it publicly, a public statement. He made that statement. So I don't believe that he would have, people complain about him or whatever, but I do not believe he would have said that if it wasn't true, or at least mostly true. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he would have said it unless. So he does, like, yeah, I don't care about those things or whatever. So what happens? What happens is indictment. Yeah, that I have. You know who I see? I see again Trish James. She's like, bitch, shut your mouth. Huh. Bah. It's like, so I'm loose, so they like a drink it. So so it's like, she's like that's gonna do something. It's sort of like, for example, like, imagine a person who's like, murdered someone, and there's like, his shoe prints and like his blood, and sort of like, I'm gonna throw away the knife. Nobody's gonna know. Oh yeah, throw away the knife. Oh. And then it's like, bitch, your DNA is here. Yeah, your DNA, your shoe prints. It's like, you can't, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't erase the whole thing. It's pretty obvious. So he's already been indicted. Guys, I feel like she's just waiting. She's like, be patient. I don't want to distract Nancy, I don't know. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because it's saying he's been subpoenaed. But they say, as I'm not just the only person who says this, but as you know, by the time the government starts asking you for information, they already have it in most cases, a lot of cases, like, just to double check when they start to interview you. But they are a lot farther ahead than they say they are. Okay. So that's what I think. Okay, so this is it. Like, it's about that's right, paying taxes in the in New York State, like tax fraud and stuff like that. So okay, so what happens? So does he have any actual effect? No. There's 2 or 3 lawsuits, like, not lawsuits, indictments connected to this. Is the Trump organization, his own tax returns, and then something else, like a real estate transaction here. It shows, okay, with the foreign power. Oh my God, guys, there's so many crimes. Oh my God. Okay, and more. Okay, so next. So it doesn't do anything. Okay. So guys, okay, I'm going to go off a little bit on a tangent, but I think it's an important tangent, because that's what I'm getting here a little bit. And I want to confirm. Okay, as you know, the impeachment and Trump leaving is something separate, right? There's a whole thing going on about him. He, as you know, his whole life he's committed like so many crimes. But what I see here, okay, is that he, how do I say this? Is that the stuff is being investigated in the impeachment and the Turkey thing, all these things, and his past finances in some ways are separate. There's a whole other thing, which is all this stuff we talked about, how there was these investigations into the Trump organization, into his tax. There's like a lot of investigations in New York State about him. So what is the result of these investigations? Like I don't care how long it takes. I want to know if he's going to pay for it. Like regardless of his presidency, the treason stuff and all that, put that aside. The investigations into Trump org and all of those investigations that are going on in New York with Trish James and the Southern District, or or Cyrus Vance and everything like that. What is going to happen to that? Is he going to be found guilty? And if, because remember, guys, I always see the government getting his property. That's what I'm saying. So what happens long term to these cases? Okay, I need to know. I really do need to know, because it's not just that he has to pay for what he has done with all the other stuff that we already know, but these other parallel investigations that don't even, in many cases, don't have to do anything to do with his election. But he's, I mean, a lot of it, I don't know, like, okay, so what happens to, is he found guilty? Yeah, you know what I see, guys, is interesting. I see him, the guillotine, like the thing that cuts the head, but it's not that. It looks a little bit like that, but it's like a prison coming down, prison bars, and his hands are like this, and the prison bars come at him, at Trump. Okay, that's one. And then all the people that are listed as officers of that company, in other words, Don Jr., Eric, it could even be Ivanka, I think. They're in, like, I see them in prison. I don't see, I told you before, I don't see Ivanka. I don't know if she's gonna try to, I told you guys, she may try to negotiate deals. I don't know how she's gonna get out of it, but she may try to give out. That's why I feel like ultimately she may try to give information so powerful about Trump, because she's gonna try to do everything to not go to prison. She might go to prison in a relatively shorter term, but I see them all kind of paying for it. Okay. And I think, it's so interesting, because Victoria hasn't talked about it in this video, but she said, how the role of Pluto in creating the destruction of Trump. But when I asked, last video, not this one, but the other one, she had said that the male children, they like, they're all Capricorns, and how they may play a role in Trump's downfall. Okay. So then I asked about Ivanka, and she's like, well, but Ivanka's Pluto. We're going to talk about it another time. So we never really talked about her directly, but I think she's the one who really knives Trump in the back. I believe there's more there that she's going to give out in desperation, because she doesn't want to, lose like Trump. I think out of all the kids, guys, she's the most like Trump. I think, she's like the bullshitter, the liar, and all that. So that's why she's motivated to throw him under the bus, because when she realizes that she could be, have the risk of paying for it, she doesn't mind if her brothers pay for it, but her, no, I don't. That doesn't happen to me. No, that never does. Never does. So that's why. Okay. So she, may turn out that she's gonna, right? There's a whole thing. Okay. So yeah, so I feel, guys, so there, I also saw that there's a forfeiture, just like the Manafort case, because if it's found that A, he cheated the taxes, okay, B, it's money laundering, they're going to lose it. And there's, guys, think about all the cases. They're going to go, like, every woman that he's like sexually abused, every country, like, all these people are going to go back, he's going to pay for everything. He's going to owe millions of dollars still to people. They're gonna lose everything. Okay, I think. Okay, I think. So Trump is like I was saying, he's like, oh, he's like, I told you, he's like trying to remove something that was like so small. By the time it all comes out, it's like, I don't know. I don't feel bad for him, but I'm like, yeah, it's all out there, bitch. Oh yeah. So what happens? Okay, here, right? So very interesting, guys. I'm like, I love it. I love it. Okay, so okay, quickly. You know what it feels like? It feels like I haven't done a video in 5 days or something, but it's only one day I skip. It's not crazy. Oh, something fell here. Oh, oh, let me 1 second. Okay, card here. Oh, so okay, so what is the reason? Okay, so shady dreams. The letter, yeah, shady. The goal is shady because through the letter it could be document. Okay, so what is it here? Oh, that's right, White House. White House here. Okay, adulator. Okay, so interesting, very interesting. Too late. That's it. Too late, bitch. Too late for you. So interesting because the adulators, guys, you know what it shows? It shows that this. Remember how I used to think that this was the people like had to kiss ass, but no, this is Trump kissing ass of the people who paid him. Okay, so it shows that the goals of the White House, and this is like they were forced to kiss ass of people. This is the problem, or the spy. Okay, he was kissing ass. It's too late, and somehow these documents show. In other words, we always know. Don't need to know. His financial documents clearly show that he's compromised financially, especially, regardless of the compromise of him having sex with whoever. The point is that finances show. That's why he's never wanted to make it public. Okay, so I think it answers it, guys. Interesting, interesting. So yeah, he thinks he's clever, but his cleverness only goes too far. Okay, all right, only goes so far. Okay, so next.